Welcome to the Debate Zone, where we tackle the most controversial issues from both sides and ask you to weigh in. Today, we're diving into a major global question: would the world be better off with the US or China as the leading superpower? Let's get started with comparing some basics. As you can see, while the US continues to have a larger economy and military budget, there are many leading metrics where China is already ahead of the US, such as leading in emerging critical technologies. Now let's hear both sides of the argument, starting with the case for US global leadership. Argument 1. Core values: democracy, freedom, and capitalism. The US stands for democracy, individual freedoms, and human rights. Racial and religious minorities and LGBT individuals have more rights, and people have the right to elect and criticize their government. The US promotes these values globally, albeit imperfectly, fostering environments for democracy. The US is also a champion of capitalism in the world, which has been the most successful economic model in history. Argument 2. Innovation and technology. The US remains a leader in technological innovation and attracts the brightest talent from across the world. For example, 55% of American unicorns were founded by immigrants or their children. These 320 unicorns equal the number of all unicorns in China. Here are just a few examples of these tech giants. American leadership inspires global progress, fuels economic growth, creates jobs, and is more likely to address pressing global challenges like climate change. Argument 3. Strong alliances. The US maintains stronger alliances with numerous countries around the world, and has the ability to foster cooperation on security and economic issues. America's top 5 allies have 4 times larger economy, and 65% higher military spending. Organizations like NATO and the UN exemplify how US leadership promotes collective security, countering threats like terrorism and cyber attacks. While it might not feel like it, as you can see, the world is going through the most peaceful period in its history, and American leadership played a key role in achieving this. Now let's shift gears and consider the argument for China as the leading superpower. Argument 1. Global economic growth. China's lifting of more than 800 million people out of extreme poverty since the late 1970s has been the largest global reduction in inequality in modern history. China promotes and prioritizes economic development and investment in infrastructure across Asia, Africa, and beyond, fostering growth and wealth in developing nations. Here is a view showing China's lead in economic investments in Africa. Argument 2. Multipolar world. China advocates for a multipolar world, where power is distributed among various nations. This approach could reduce unilateralism and create a more balanced international landscape through more checks and balances. Argument 3. Political stability and long-term planning. China's one-party authoritarian system allows for long-term planning without the constraints of electoral cycles, enabling sustained economic and geopolitical strategies. This approach would be more effective in solving global challenges like climate change, trade, security. Just look at how much more efficient and effective the Chinese model is in getting things done. So which superpower do you believe should lead the world and why? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more debates on the Debate Zone.